but at the same time, you know, it could allow for some crazy stuff. You know, we'll see. We'll leave the agility salesman here for now, but what we need to do is make a test enemy. Now, what we have to think about is, what is an enemy? An enemy needs a couple of attributes. It needs health, it needs damage, it needs defense, and a couple more other stuff. But, you know, it's not, that stuff isn't important right now. So, we'll just ignore it. But for now, what we need is an appearance, health, defense, knockback resistance, and if I want to support that, speed. If I want to support that as in if I want to keep them moving or not. I may have to keep them moving because, you know, that'll actually make it interesting. So, here I have the enemy's appearance as we started with. Isn't he cute? Well, he's gotta go. I don't know if he likes stolen orange or anything. You can make up the little story yourself, but he has to go. So, you know, I'm gonna finish this up. I just wanted to show you what I have right now. So that's the finished product. It's a batrat. You can see that it's fully animated. It's not really flying. It's just like jumping. But yeah, that's what it is. What we have to do though is we have to add a hitbox. No, a hitbox. You know what hitbox is. But what we're gonna do is make it really small, so that it can actually like touch the rat. Okay, so it touches the rat now. Yeah, just a little fun. I might fix that later. So I've already made the enemy. He basically just has health, defense, and functionality ID. Functionality ID is, well, kind of self-explanatory. Basically, I'm planning for the future. You know, enemies will be able to do crazier stuff than just floating around and getting hit, and so I'm planning for that. But for now, he just has case 0, which is functionality ID 0, which does nothing. And I'm also planning for the future by telling myself that if I have a functionality ID that's not found, if functionality ID isn't found, and I didn't assign code for it, throw new key not found exception, functionality ID is not found. Simple. But the important thing right now is checking if the thing that collided with the enemy is the player. Now, I don't actually have to like assign functionality for this one right now, at least, because I don't have any enemies planned that are just like immune to being hit. So maybe I'll put in like a little put in like a little callback thing for the health when I have to. But for now, we'll just leave it simple. Everyone takes damage when they touch the player. So collision.transform.root, for those who don't know, means that I'm checking the parent's parent, like the furthest parent. You know, the parent, like you know how square 2 is like square 2's parent is batrat? Well, square 3's root parent is batrat, if you get what I mean. That's basically what that means. So when guitar's hitbox touches this, it is checking the root parent of hitbox. So it goes to guitar's not the root. Then it goes to weapon, 1/large weapon, it's not the root. So it goes to player, and that's the root. And then it tries to find out if that root parent is the player, because the player is the only one that has loot hero movement script. I'm not just going to change that because I don't really want, that's not really descriptive, but yeah, once I find a name out for it, I'll change all the files that reference loot hero. So anyways, I assign player to collision.transform.root, the root parent. Since we've confirmed that it's player, we make it easier for us to reference them. And so we check to see if the collision if we check to see the velocity of the collision. That's basically what direction the player came in to viciously attack the batrat. And if that value is less than or equal to 0, which means if the player came in from the left, move the player to the left. Otherwise, move the player to the right, because that means he came in from the right. And then subtract the player's attack plus the enemy's defense, and clamp that between 0 and math to infinity, because if we don't clamp it, then the enemy's going to be able to heal when the player's not good enough to actually attack them. And for this, we just have this so we can do it more easily. We want to make sure that the player's like not being able to sit on them, you know. So we're just being careful. So right now I've been experimenting with knockback values, and this is what I have right now. Come on, Unity. Come on, I'm making a video. Okay? Look at him go. Okay. So, now the problem is, I want them to be knocked back. But I'm not really confident on the value that I should have. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to experiment with several different knockback values and see if those work. So I won't show every trial, but I'll show some of the interesting ones. This took him out. It's like, alright, your time here is done. Bye! He's like, get out of my way. I'm pretty sure this will be the one. No, god damn it. Now presenting the most dangerous typo ever. I literally made the batrat into an immortal god that vaporizes anyone who tries to go and attack him. I teleported him instead. Okay, I think I got it. Here you go. Now, okay, this is what I want. Now, obviously, he won't be shot back that far, but for now, this will have to do. Now, we want to make the impacts we've had on this poor batrat noticeable, so I'm going to program a death animation, and then we'll get into the stats that we have to put in.